So Bernard, it ends as a 3-3 draw, but do you look at that as a point gained or do you look at that as 2 points dropped?
2 points dropped. I think for the first time at a personal level for me, I would not win that game of football. It's beyond me, but what a good side, what a great game of football to be a part of. We'll learn from it, we'll keep learning, but we can't keep conceding goals. You don't win games of football if you concede 3 every other game, but if you concede 3 you've got to go and score 4, and I think today was very, very unlucky not to go and score 4 or 5 or even 6 at times.
We all know that we were disappointed last time out with just the point from 𝗦𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 and the results just before that with the 2 successive losses, but there was a response that was needed. Do you feel like you've seen that response today?
We're 2 unbeaten. For the first time this season we're 2 unbeaten. I know we're only 5 games in, but we keep talking about not making them same mistakes which we've done today. Again at the back post, first half, they've not had to work hard for their goals. Really soft third goal. But if we're being open and honest, I think that's going to be the case throughout the season. I think sides at this level will make mistakes, and the difference from now and from last year is the fact that you get punished. 2 great teams gone head to head today, and that's by far the best we've played by a country mile, and was unlucky not to be rewarded with the 3 points. But you've got to take the positives out of it. We have to. You come to Hereford, you'd have offered us a draw before the game, that old cliche. You take it. You know, they've had some great results this season. But we'll learn from it and we'll dust ourselves down, we'll go again. The good thing is we've scored 3 goals, we've now scored 7. So, you know, there is negatives, but there's a lot of positives, and we look fitter today, we look strong. The subs come on, change the game, could easily have scored, won us the game, that's the job. But ultimately, you know, it is what it is. It's another draw, it's a point on the board, and we've just got to prepare right for next Saturday now.
We saw 𝗬𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 make his long-awaited return from injury. I thought he was fantastic, the way he conducted himself on the pitch. I thought he was instrumental and part of the reason that we were so solid in that midfield and a lot of the time winning the battles. How did you see his performance today?
I think for a lad that has not kicked a ball for 6-7 weeks, to come into a game with that heat, he was outstanding. Lois might question himself on the second goal. Was it a foul on him? Was it not? Could he have done better? Who knows? But the fact is, you've asked me a question, I thought Lois was outstanding. Lois knows what it takes to win leagues. Lois knows what it takes to win games. He digs deep, and his players see him doing that, and they'll all buy into it. And he's got an unbelievable attitude, and his application today and his desire and determination is unquestionable.
Potentially another injury to contend with in regards to Scott Duxbury. Is there sort of an update in terms of what it possibly might be or what it is?
I think potentially it's a cracked rib. He's struggling to breathe a little bit, but the doctors assessed him, Brits assessed him. He seems to be all right in the changing room. We know Scott doesn't stay down. Scott's tough, so we'll give it 48 hours. I'm sure Brit will give us some feedback on the way home in terms of what it looks like. But I think it's hard to assess him straight after the game. But no, I thought Scott was good today as well. I thought Scott was on the front foot. I thought from the minute go we was on the front foot. Found ourselves 2-0 up. Can see 2 sloppy goals, but then go and get a 3rd, and potentially should have got a 4th and 5th. But if you don't take your chances, Hereford are always going to come back. They're always going to get that chance, and as disappointed as we are in the manner we conceded the 3rd goal, they're a big side. They're aggressive. They've got the fans behind them. But like I say, what a game of football.
Well, there was a fair few travelling Radcliffe's fans today. Just a word on sort of their journey down as well.
Entertained. You know, they might see it as 2 points dropped. They're entertained, they've enjoyed it, I can tell that by they've not stopped singing. It's a hell of a long way to come and support a team, especially on the bank holiday Monday. The sacrifices, the money, it doesn't go unseen, and they know that. Win, lose or draw, we'll always go over, we'll speak to them, they applaud us every single, clap us off every game. Win, lose or draw, it just feels right, it feels there's a togetherness, they're in it with us. And like I say, when it's good, but when it's bad they're still there and they still support us, which is hard at this level of football.
Certainly is. And our attention now turns to Kings Lynn Town next Saturday. Perfect chance to get 3 points on the board. Not a discredit to Kings Lynn Town, but the fact that we return home and we know the advantage that sort of gives us. We
just need to take that performance, not the result. Although it's a good result on paper, we need to take that performance into next Saturday. It looks like we've got that belief back. That, you know, confidence was high. Players was receiving. With you know, players up the backside and getting on the half turn and running with the ball, penetrating. We got numbers in the box today. It just looked like, you know, we're on our way back to what we are. We've had it's been up and down, hasn't it, the first 4 games, let's be honest. We've dropped 2 games at home, we've had 2 draws. We expect to win 75% of our own games. That might be a big statement, that might be an arrogance. It's not. If to do well in this league, you have to win your own games, or a large proportion of them. Now, Kings Lynn pose a different threat to what they will have done today. We know Sam and we know Adam Lakeland, the manager. They're a good side, they're expected to do well. So again, it's going to be a good game next Saturday, but we just need to make sure, focus on what we do, and if we apply ourselves the way we have done today and we're on the front foot and we create the chances we created, they'll start going in and we'll start punishing sides.
Thank you, Bernard.
Thank you.